Good day, fish tankers. You love cichlids for their personality and their quirks, their breeding behavior, their bright colors, but you also like planted tanks and you want to keep cichlids in planted tanks and people tell you it can't be done. I won't agree. You just have to take it with some research and some circumspection if you want to keep cichlids in planted tanks. Because surprise, surprise, I have two cichlids in the tank right behind me. Now, firstly, you can't have fish in planted tanks that will eat plants like this golden severum. That just will never work, so that is out. And then certain fish like your, especially Lake Tanganyikan cichlids and Lake Malawi cichlids, also to an extent, they like very hard alkaline water and many plants don't thrive in that. And then, of course, the big cichlid thing is they dig tunnels and pits all the time, so they uproot the plants. So those are the things that you have to manage or avoid totally. But there are cichlids that can go well in planted tanks, and I've got half a dozen right here. If you want to know what they are, then stick around. For the next two species, it is essential that you provide some sort of cave. It can be an upturned flower pot with a hole in like here, or a coconut cave, or any sort of cave that you create with hardscape, because they like to hide there and spawn there. If you don't provide it, they're going to start digging caves in the substrate, and you don't want that. So give the next two species a cave of some form in their aquarium, and then you won't have to worry about them digging up a plant or anything like that. They'll go straight to a cave, and you can have a single one or you can have pairs of them. There are many different kinds of some of them, but that's one of a group of cichlids, and these are the dwarf cichlids that you can keep in a planted tank. And the first one we'll go for the Cribensis. It's a well-known West African cichlid. There you see the male in front and the female at the back with a red belly. The females are actually more colorful. These cichlids, the dwarf cichlids, need at least a 2-foot aquarium. You find an albino version of the Cribensis there as well. And they don't look like much when they're young in the aquarium shop. You can see here they're rather bland. But you will notice that they color up spectacularly, like you can see with this pair. And then you see there's a cave as well. That just gives them an ideal, and they won't mess with your substrate of plants that way. And they can be great in a planted aquarium. And they get a bit aggressive when breeding, but just make sure the tank is big enough and they have that little cave that they can retreat to. Following from them, another group of dwarf cichlids for Apistogramma species. Here we have Apistogramma McMasteri. I've got the single male in my 75-gallon planted aquarium, and he's just a joy. He's there in the plants and in the hardscape, doesn't bother anybody, and he's quite a character fish. And as you can see there, he's got those beautiful colors. Once again, if you're going to get a female, then you need a tank that's going to give him the space to get away. You're going to need that little cave. There's many other kinds of apistos. You've got Cacatoides, like we saw in that footage of a cave. That's a cockatoo cichlid. You've got Agassiz, and you also have Hongsloi, many different kinds. I just have this McMasteri, and I think he's worked out great for a planted tank. So Apistogrammas, the Cribensis, for these dwarf cichlids, if you give them a little cave when they are in pairs, are great fish for a planted community aquarium. Now the next group of two fish you're going to need to supply with some flat river stones. Put a flat river stone, one on opposite ends of a tank, because they dig pits when they spawn because they need a flat surface. So then they won't dig if they have a flat stone. And here's the first one. It's the dwarf flag cichlid. In the old days, I used to call them a sheep's head acara, Latacara curviceps. Sometimes they just call it curviceps. They've got that very cute chunky shape. They go a little bit bigger than the Apistogrammas, but they don't become big fish. These are youngsters, and they're quite peaceful. And as long as they have a flat stone somewhere, if they want to spawn, if you do have a pair, then they won't dig up your plants. And in general, they're good in a community tank. If it's just a pair, 2-foot tank will be enough. But if it's a community tank, the bigger it is, the more they can get out of the way. Often people think about German blue rams and planted aquariums, but they like high temperatures like Discus, 29 degrees Celsius. And some aquarium plants don't like the high temperatures. So a much better option is the Bolivian ram that you see here. Slightly different shape than the German blue ram, more sort of a pronounced hump. The colors are more subtle, but they color up once they're out of a store in a planted aquarium. And they can go in cooler waters of 24 degrees Celsius, 23 degrees Celsius is still okay. And your plants tend to do better in those lower ranges, while you have a bigger variety of plants. So this is a Bolivian ram. I think it's a nice alternative to your German blue ram. It's a bit hardier and it's going to work better with your plants in terms of the requirements that they have. They like fine sand to sift through it a little bit, but they're not going to dig pits as long as they have a flat stone somewhere there where they can go to and breed. That'll help a lot so that your plants don't get uprooted. So you don't see them that often in the hobby, that they're something worthwhile to investigate. Now for bigger fish, here is the electric blue Acara. These are all juvenile still. They grow quite a bit bigger, but they don't grow huge. They'll still be all right in a 30-gallon 3-foot tank. 4-foot tank is a bit better, and they're growing to really impressive specimens. And as long as you have a flat rock for them somewhere, they're not going to uproot your plants and they don't eat the plants. And they're one of the more peaceful cichlids. You know, if you have a single one, no problem. Like my McMaster, he's quite a bit bigger when he's older, but they grow into really spectacular fish. And here's a photo of what they look like when they're big. I couldn't find footage of a nice adult size Acara, but here comes my number one cichlid for planted tanks, and that's the angelfish. Yes, they are cichlids. This is a female. She's been around now for years. Came in as a part of a pair, but eventually didn't work out. Just banged the male up something bad. Here you can see footage of them when they were small. Herself and the male jaw locking. I had to separate them. And angelfish come in different colors. You don't need to put any stones or caves there. Broadfinned Amazon swords, they like laying their eggs on them or just on the filter. They don't dig, they don't eat plants. There are some aggression issues among themselves sometimes, and you can't keep tiny fish like neon tetras of them. They might snack on them. But angelfish really is my number one cichlid for a planted aquarium. Well, that's it from me, guys. Please tell me in the comment section, which cichlids do you think work well in planted aquariums? I would be interested to know. And until I see you guys again, keep taking good fair care of those domestic denizens of the deep.